journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, this is the Dow Jones. This is what we went short here on December the 6th, if you remember. This was the left shoulder, the right shoulder. There's your head. It was perfectly symmetrical. We've been short ever since this. We're now up 1,200 Dow points. And now you can see we're making a three drive to a bottom pattern. We just made a new bottom right in here today. So even though the NASDAQ has gone straight up, this has gone straight down. But we're in this one. This is what I thought was going to happen. I looked at the NASDAQ, and once it went above 2,200 or 22 million, whatever it was, I said, I'm not going to stand in front of that, and that's probably the better thing to do. But we're very, very close now. We're just making new lows right now. So I would be getting ready to cover the Dow Jones in here. But overall, I think it's going to go a lot lower. But the fact that we've made this much money and we've got this really nice three drive pattern coming in here, we'll just take a quick look at it so you can see where we are. There's drive 1, there's drive 2, there's drive 3. If we draw it in, you'll see that we're going to be really close to getting where we want. Well, that didn't draw it the right way. Let's just try it another way. Larry, see if we can get it to use that one instead. Yeah, that'll do it. And that'll bring us down here about another 100 points in the Dow is about all I'd be expecting on this move. And then we should get some rally. But, you know, we have a market going on. The NASDAQ today is up another 200 points. And I was watching that this morning. This was the AI program that I was looking at. There was the early morning low right on the open. I thought that was going to be a high, so I had that inverted. And, of course, I got out of that in a hurry. But look at this, on the way up. Look at this. It's just been following beautifully. And if you follow the rules of the old 382s and stuff like that, each one of these little pullbacks here was 382. There's a pullback here. Then we get another low right there. And if you went up to take the next one, you just go to the last low and you come up to this one. This one went right exactly to the 382. This one didn't quite. It's just, you know, accelerating. But the last part of the day is supposed to be down. But remember, the last part of the day on this is the weakest of all the ones that we're looking at. Now, remember, we do trade other things other than stock indices. And the other ones we were looking at, of course, was the gold market. Let's just get the gold market up here. I believe it was on a 4-hour chart that we were looking at this morning because it gave us two beautiful trades. The first one was right here, a buy. This was exactly 382 off of this high right here at 83. You bought there, sold there, and it's still going down. And as we look at this, if we just take a quick look at the AI again to see that at this time it was actually doing relatively well, you can see there was the move down into the move here. Your 382 was right up here. We look at the hourly chart, you'll be able to see that real easily. And we put this in the video because there it is right there, just spot on. There was the buy, there was a sell. So you made pretty good money on that one if you'd have followed the advice that we had said was to buy here and cover short and go short there, and it did work okay. So we're going to find out if it's going to mean anything or not. We've got a couple others that look real interesting now that we owe some of our friends over across the pond over there in Singapore. This is the Canadian dollar, folks. We haven't traded the Canadian for a long time, but I said in the video this morning, we are making a major ABCD pattern up here at the exact 1.618. It went 10 pips above that. It's now quite a bit under that. Well, it's more than quite a bit. It's had a pretty big break, as you can see already. Now, your stop here would be above, so you're basically risking $100. That's all you're risking because we were looking to be a seller right up against that 142.61, and we're 142.27 now, and that means that it's gone down considerably, considering the run that it's had to the upside. So those are a few of the things that we're paying attention to here this morning. Another one that looked real interesting to us is the, let's get it up here so we can see it, is the crude oil. We were trying to be a seller up here just a little bit higher. We haven't quite got there. This is where we were. And this is Monday's action today. I just moved this over to show you where we were because we talk about this a lot on the show here. But again, we're always looking for the nice little ABCD patterns that fit in with the ratios and stuff that we look at. So if you look at, this was our action on Thursday. And as you can see, we followed this up with the 382s all the way, folks. There was your first one right there. Okay. The second one came in right there. And what we do today, what we have, a beautiful ABCD pattern here this morning. Right there it is. Now, all we're going to do now is to just take the little tool from your low. There's your AB. There's your CD. There's a 0.46. How close is it to 0.382? Let's just take a wild guess and take a look. And it misses it by about 30 points. Of course, we went up and then back down. And we're still actually looking like we're going to go a little bit higher. But this one here gave you almost $1,000 profit. Then it come back to pretty much break even. So you got to take profits on some of these, especially when you're looking at a short-term chart like the 13-minute chart. Now, there was one other one that we recommended that I haven't even looked at today because I was focusing on the currencies. I was focusing here mainly, if you'll remember on the video, I said to be a seller on this Japanese yen, buy the yen versus a dollar. This is the AI program. But if we looked at this on the long-term pattern, we were banging right up against this level right up in here. That's why I thought it would be such a good sale. And of course, it gave us a pretty good sale just looking at that around the same time that the market turned lower. And that's what it is. And we're starting to move down as we wait and see. But now we're going to really get into the speculation business, folks. We're going to take it something that doesn't take much time to look at, and that's live cattle. We had such a beautiful pattern in here. Let's just see if it held up. So we're going to take a look at, I believe, February cattle in here. We're going to get this up so we can all see if we're in this or not. Oh, my goodness. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Look at this. I mean, you got to really believe some of this stuff once in a while, don't you? Holy moly. Look at this one, folks. This is the pattern we were looking at to come in at 193.20, and we're trading at 190.20, folks. That's $1,400 in cash money today if you were doing that in the old live cattle business. There it is right there. There's your 93.20. There's where you are right now. That's a big move with very little risk. So sometimes these patterns work. They don't work all the time, but when they, and folks, I swear to you that it's the first time I've looked at that this morning. I haven't even checked the fills yet. So I know we were saying to do it at 193 even, and it went to 193.22. So the fill is certainly there. The question is the fact that it's come down so much that at least it started in the right direction. Now you are certainly have your stop at break even on something like this. You just have to, because if you've got a $1,200 profit in it so far, you don't want to let that to get away from you for sure. So that's what we're really watching here today. I have to double check this too, because I was really surprised at it when I went up here to look at it, that I've had some problems getting through on some of the data stuff that we looked at. Also, when we come back from the break, I want to talk about that AVCO a little more, and we'll be back in just a moment, and stay tuned.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, a little word of caution here. You know, I know very little bit about stocks. I mean, slightly less than little and maybe even more than little. But as you can see here, this is AVGO. We were watching it here. I believe this is a gap in here because I use, delayed data because I don't do anything in stocks and I don't plan to. But you can see we gapped up here again today. I really thought that, the high had been right around here at 218 on Friday, but that wasn't even close because I updated this in the video saying, yeah, this was going to go a lot higher. The volume that we had on this day here on Friday was 140% of normal. They did 120 million shares of this stock, and of course it's still going higher. Now, this is the truth. I'm going to tell you, you won't believe this, but they did see Elon Musk walking on water between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Memorial this morning in Washington, D.C. And as you can see why here, it's up another. It gapped up another. It closed at 431. It opened at 435. It's had a high of 461, folks. So it's true that he is walking on water. Boy, oh boy. This is one stock, folks, that I can almost guarantee you that it is never going to go down. I mean, like in never. N-E-V-E-R, never. Hello, operator. Anyway, he's getting a lot of press, and I think it's great. But this is how it moves in, folks. Let's just, my volume's even messed up on this. Let's just double check to see how many people are buying today. Doesn't look that much. I mean, it's only got 100 million shares going today, but I think that makes him a quadrillionaire or something like that. But anyway, that's what we're watching on some of these. And it's not the stock market, folks. These are stocks that are one-off items. We've seen this before many times. The regular stock market, if you look at the U.S. trading index, the NYSE, and the New York Stock Exchange Index, if you look at the S&P, even has not made new highs, not even close, and neither has the Russell, and the Dow Jones is making new lows as we speak. So anyway, this is what market's doing. This is how they end. And let's get this out of the way here. And you can see this is this one right here. Okay, well, now we had another question about one of the other cross rates that we're looking at, folks. And I wanted to give this to you right now to show you this is the Australian dollar. We're getting really close, folks. I mean, really close to what I think is going to be a pretty good bottom here in the Australian dollar. We've seen the Canadian already make a minor top up here today, but we're trading at 163.71. So we're about 70 to 100 pips away from this three drive to a bottom pattern. That's equal to that low way back here on August the 5th. We've actually taken that out by a couple of ticks, and then we've rallied, and we've touched it again here today. So this is the number you want to be watching in the Australian dollar. Very, very important. And since we're on currencies, let's just move over and take a look at the British pound, because that's another one that's been very good to us, and we are ready to get back on board here. Here's the daily chart, and if you remember last night on the video that I sent out, I said this looks like it's ready to rally, because what it was doing, setting exactly at the 61% retracement, and it's been up all day. That's what. Let's just for kicks and giggles check the AI and see if it was working today. And by golly, there it was. It's actually acting pretty good. Didn't get the exact low here, got the secondary low, but it had a pretty good move to the upside. So that one's working all right. All right, now we're going to get rid of this, and now we're going to take a look at the euro. So here is the euro. Same thing in the euro. We were saying it had a pretty big run on the downside. As you can remember, it's been coming down here, stopped at the 382, 1, 2, 3, almost 4 times, but today's low was different this morning. Okay, now remember, we look at ABCDs. That's what we really look for. And as you can see here, early this morning, you had an ABCD pattern coming in right there. I believe this is tradable, because if you're looking at that level, there's your 61% retracement level. So from 140.48 all the way up to 50.97, folks, that's a considerable amount. So that's real serious money, considering you're only risking about 30 pips. So that's why we're watching it. Now let's just double check the AI to see how it did versus that. So we're going to bring it up here. Now this one totally reversed. You see how it looks like it was coming down like this? So what I've done here, you can see how it's inverted right now. So all I'm going to do now is to show you this market's vibrating back and forth. And this what the program does. It finds the vibration. Sometimes it's straight ahead, sometimes it reverses. So we're just going to invert it, and you'll see that it did a pretty good job of saying this should be the top up into this area right here. There's your move up, down, pretty nice. Let's see if that was an exact 382. Nope, it's a little more, I can tell you that right now, but whoa, not by much. It's pretty much exactly 382, and now it looks like we're going to be heading down for the rest of the day. But remember, the last part of the day, it is the least reliable. The reason why is we've gone through 222 bars, and now we're going to find out if it's still going to be good. A lot of times it'll follow perfectly, but this is the least important. See, these are the ones that you want to be looking at, is when you see really key spots. That's what you're, and believe me, folks, it's only right about 60% of the time, so you can't expect any more of that. Now, we've had a request to take a look at Mr. Appel here. We want to get it on the board because it's probably at about 290 now. Pretty close. We've made new highs. We sure did. We made another new high today. Let's just draw this over here. Now, this is the long-term chart here from August the 5th down to the September 13th, okay? And now you'll see we rallied up, and the ABCD on Apple is 250.46, and the high today has been 251.38, and we're trading at 250.84 right now. So that could be a potential for a top. And I use the word potential quite loosely because these markets are very, very emotional. And folks, when this emotion is over, it's going to be real interesting to see. But there, we made a new high. We made a new high that we did on last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We took out last Wednesday's high, which was 250.80, which was just a little above that. We made another new high today. So that's what we're standing here looking at today. We had to pull back here to the 786, and ever since Halloween, away it goes. But that's the NASDAQ. These things are not always true when you look at the Dow Jones and some of the others. We had one other stock that's been people wanted to talk about, which was Alibaba. And we'll get this up here and take a look at it. I know this is, hold on one second right here, Jack Ma's company, but as you can see here, it had a rally here, doubled in price, folks. From 2024 January, it doubled in price. But look at it where it's been. I mean, this thing used to be 320, now it's at 86. I mean, that's not what we call a bullish stock. And then you can see here, since this is when they had the Chinese pumping all the money in, well, they didn't pump too much. And let's see if this last rally was an exact 382, and it missed it by quite a bit. But if we look at the we want to watch this with the Hong Kong folks, because that is a big market. We want to see that. When we come back, we'll take a look at Hong Kong. 877-927-6648.
The Tiger Dollar Holiday Double Bonus Sale 2024 is here.
Easy money.
Now through December 23rd, we've doubled the bonuses. Don't miss your opportunity to get a double bonus up to 40% on your Tiger Dollar purchase. Here's how it works. Purchase 500 Tiger Dollars and receive 100 bonus Tiger Dollars. That's a 20% bonus, $600 total. Purchase 1,000 Tiger Dollars and receive 300 bonus Tiger Dollars. A 30% bonus, $1,300 total. Purchase 1,500 Tiger Dollars and receive 600 bonus Tiger Dollars. That's a 40% bonus, 2,100 total.
Oh, wow!
But you have to hurry because this Holiday Tiger Dollar Double Bonus Sale ends on December 23rd. Visit the front page of TFNN for details and get your Tiger Dollars today.
Ho, ho, ho! TFNN.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97, and with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is the Hong Kong market. Since we had that this is a big Bradley date, by the way, right here. We've had the big move down. You can see a beautiful, perfect ABCD coming in right there at the 618. We rallied up, and all we really did was go a little bit, quite a bit above the 382, closed on the lower end of that range, which was really a bad sign. We went right up to basically the exact 50%. Now you can see we're starting to move lower. This is not a very pretty picture. Now someone's asked me to take a look at the EEM, which is the emerging markets, and I haven't looked at this since. It still have markings on it, but let's just take a look here at the emerging markets because everybody's very, very bullish everything. Let's update this to make sure I have everything that's supposed to be there. There we go. There was the, get this out of the way. It went above the 382 by quite a bit, but then we had a big move down. Look, this is a big island reversal here, folks. Boy, that's really, well, just like this one. There's an island reversal here, an island reversal, mainly because it's not traded very much. Well, it's not traded all overnight, but let's take a look at this on a pattern basis, okay? Now we have the ABCD right here. The market rallies up, so that means that's a 1-3-5 pattern. Now, if the 1-3-5 pattern is correct, it should have some symmetry. So if we go from the high to the low, there it is within 1 day of where it's supposed to. I probably drew this wrong, but it's close enough for government work. Let's check out the ratios. We'll just get these out of the way. And from the first level, we come up and we went right to the 50% level, okay? And on the second one, if we come down to this level right here, we went right up. Well, we gapped above, almost made the 786 here. But let's check one more thing, and let's see what this one was versus the high. This is a really bearish chart, folks. I might bring that to your attention anyway. Yeah, it opened at the 50% level and then closed lower. This is not a very, very positive chart. I've also been asked to look at the Chinese market. All I know on Chinese is this FXI, and this, to me, this market doesn't look very good. You can see this is where they pumped all the money in. Let me update this because I haven't looked at it in a while, and I'll get rid of some of this other stuff so we can look at it together here. There's the Chinese market. And here again, you can see we had a big run up here. This was when they, their stimulus came in. The whole world bought it here. Another island reversal. That's mainly because it's not open, that you see these islands all the time. Then the market had a huge run up here after the election type stuff. Let's see where it stopped. I've never traded this. I know nothing about it. All I know that it's an ETF that is charted. A lot of these ETFs, there it opened, the 382 was right here. It went to the 50%. Now you can see what's happened these last few days. It's just starting to cascade down. Now, that's all I know about that. Let's get over something that I have a tiny bit of knowledge on, and that is the grain market. We've had a position here in March soybean meal. Today. By the way, I found out why my alert didn't go off on cattle. I forgot to put the order in. I had so many other things going with the Japanese yen and the Canadian dollar. And what else did I have? A couple other things that we're doing. Gold. Oh, my gosh. Gold was a good one. Hold on. Let's get up here and take a look at the soybean meal because we were in the March soybean meal. We'll get this up here. It was on the 193 is what we're in it at. Had a nice run and it's back down to 193 again. So this is not proceeding. Today, this is where we bought this, folks, down here. And at 193, rode it all the way up, all the way back down. And now we rallied up today here, and now it's starting to come back right now. And I'm just looking at this right now for the first time, and I see something quite troublesome. If I'd been paying attention here, which I wasn't, it's not really what I thought it was. I thought this would be a good head and shoulders pattern, but the problem is, well, it's still possible because these pretty much match each other by 10 cents. So I have to consider that as still a head and shoulders pattern. But you can see from this high, drawing this over like this, that would be a head and shoulders pattern because it hasn't taken out. This one is far, far lower than the left shoulder. There's your head. Okay, so if we check to see what that ratio was, it's a little above the 618. It goes, not much. It goes a little bit below it. This tells us this is headed down, folks. I still got to stop at break even, so we're going to find out that it's probably going to go a little bit lower. I'm still going to be looking to buy it because seasonally, Yeah, I'm going to make a new low down here at around 290. So that's $300, but I'm willing to take a shot at it. That intelligent risk speculation is what I like to say it at that point right in here. Now, there's also something that I'm very bullish on that is I haven't looked at it all day today. I've been focusing on mainly the currencies and the stock market stuff. Here is the wheat, and you can see here wheat is getting down now. You can see these moves down. This is just a beautiful symmetrical chart. This, if you couldn't ask for anything more, this is one of the most prized things that we have in our diary, or in our dietary is bread. Look at this, lower tops all the way through here. You can see them right there. There's a 135 pattern right here. We're going down now. We just completed a ABCD pattern right in here. So let's look at it, because there's the big low going back here in December. Now we're really very, very close, and I think we're just about there. Let's just look at this. There's your ABCD pattern right there. Yep, we're pretty much there, 49. Let's just double check it with a couple other ratios in here, highs to lows, just to see ABCD everywhere ABCD, and then we're going to do the big one right here, which is the one that goes up to the 382. That says we could come down to as low as 46, but we're in the zone here because we're down now 5 days in a row. You know, we went up for 6 days, now we're coming down 5 days. We want to be watching this for a potential bottom down here between 548, which we hit today, and then also 546. So those are the ones that we're watching. As we made the top up in here, we pointed this out on our live trading thing that we did on Friday, is you did make a 3 drive to a top here in the wheat up in this level. You can see here at that level, by the time we were trading, it was already headed down. There was nothing we could do about that, because the market had already opened and was down quite a bit by the time, you know, we started, you know, doing our trading on Friday. Okay, now let's take a look here at the corn. Okay, now remember, we were trying to sell corn up at the area of 452. Let's just bring this up here, and you can see here we didn't quite get there. Here's where we are today in the corn market. There was what we were trying to do, folks, that big ABCD right there. You got to 451.5, and then it started to come down, and looking at it just from corn is a great thing to trade. There's your first 382 pattern right here. This happened on the Friday. We were watching it trade. There it is right there. This was after the market. Well, didn't draw it very well. Let me draw it the right way. We'll be right back, folks. Stay with us here, and I'll get this drawn correctly, and we'll take a quick look at it. Okay? Wow.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, I've been alerted by Stan Harley that he was on our show here on the 11th just a few days ago talking about believed that we're very, very close to a potential major top in the market, and someone has taken that YouTube presentation of our show and is showing it everywhere. I've had 3 or 4 people say, have you seen this? Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Basically what they did is they overlaid what Stan was doing and gave a description of what Stan was looking at as far as the Lucas and Fibonacci numbers and all of his time counts, which is great stuff. But they're basically, they're not taking advantage of Stan, but they are, redoing his work. So you got to be careful sometimes out there. A lot of this stuff, let's look at the corn, folks. We get down another 8 cents. Take a look at corn because I think it's got a real chance for the upside. I'm bullish corn long term. So watch it there at that 438 level. Now let's go back and look at the Dow Jones because this is when let's just get this out of the way here. And get that out of the way, and get the wheat out of the way, and the meal out of the way, and the EM out of the way, and the Hong Kong out of the way, and just get up here and put our things up together, tile vertical, and let's take a look at the Dow Jones because, wow, we made another new high, and the doggone, this thing is going crazy today. Oh, we're at the old 1.618 here. Look at that. Isn't that something to the whole move? And this is what we're looking at here. This says it's going to be down the last part of the day, but boy, remember, this is the least part of what you're watching here as you're looking at this market that we're watching right now. Okay, so that's what we're paying attention to. All right, let's get this out. Oh, there's one other one that I was watching here today. This is the Dow Jones, the Russell, ESP. And we had an ABCD forming up here at 59.5. We've been as high as 64, and we should be heading down. I didn't bring that up because I was wanting to watch the Dow Jones because I think we're getting ready to make a pretty good bottom here just based on that pattern that we've been watching here, which is right there. We're real close. We haven't made, the last hour we haven't made a new low, but this is pretty close in here, folks. So I know there's a lot of emotionalism going. This is just a 3-drive pattern. We did take out the lows of last week here by just a hair, just a few points. So this is where you want to be tightening up your stop here because we've had a pretty good run on the downside on this. And I think that's what you should do because maybe everybody's going to understand that maybe the Dow stocks are really going to be able to accelerate to the upside. I don't know if they are or not, but remember what you're seeing here in the NASDAQ is it's a second time in a generation because we saw it with the .com stuff that was back in 2000. That's only, 24 years ago. That's no big deal. We see this stuff all the time. Okay, now here's where we're moving over here. Get this out of the way. So I would be really recommending to take your short position off here in the Dow Jones. It's going to give you plenty of chances to get back in, folks. Believe me, I really feel that very, very strongly. So that's what we're watching here as we go through and looking at some of this stuff that we're watching here this morning. Hold on now. I want to go over and look at someone's asked me about soybean oil, because I do like soybean oil. This is going to be the January soybean oil. We're getting down to some pretty good spots here to take a look at it. There's January soybean oil over the past. You can see things been really bearish, folks. From the high that we made way back here, you can see all we were able to do was to almost make a perfect 382, but not even able to do that. In the markets now, you can see we made lower highs in here, but we're coming into some pretty strong support. And this is the time of the year where you want to be watching oil and meal, because they have, and beans, because they have a tendency to bottom right around January, and then they start their usual wintertime rally. But that's a seasonal, and we do not do seasonals. We do little ABCDs. And as you're watching this, you can see the first ABCD has already been completed. That was completed today. You're going to see it. There's your A, B, C, D move right there. I didn't put a buy-in on that today because I was waiting. There's another one right behind it. This is a pretty strong seasonal support, I believe, because there's where we are right there. This is where I would be buying the oil right here. But because I had other things I was looking at today, I didn't put this in. Mainly I was, watching cattle, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, the Dow Jones, crude oil, and gold. And those were the ones that all worked pretty good. The only one that didn't work very well was that NASDAQ one, and I was in and out of that in a blink of an eye, as they say in the trade. So anyway, that's what we're paying attention to here with the soybean oil. This has some pretty good support going back here to late November. So we're down in an area right now where you've got multiple ABCDs, and it should have really strong support. Your stop would have to be below here. So you're risking roughly $400 to trade the oil, and that's what I'd be watching as we're looking at this right now here today. Okay, all right. Now that's another one that we want to watch. And now we have someone ask a question about another stock. Hold on just a second, folks. It's another one of the rock and roll ones, and that's NVIDIA. I'll get this up here. Remember, this has been the leader of the pack, NVIDIA, and it's not leading anymore. Let's see what it's doing today. Well, it's down again. Now, why is that? Well, sometimes there's more buyers than sellers. This time there's more sellers. There's where we are. Let's just get rid of all this stuff. Remember, this is all delayed data, folks, because I don't do stocks. I get the charts, see what they look like, but, and that's what I did Friday is I forgot to update this thing. But look, this was the high we made back here, 154. We're now quite a bit lower. You can see the price objective here on NVIDIA on this run right here, but this is no longer the darling. The darling now is Mr. Musk and the dudes over at Avco, Broadcom. And here's where we go right here. There's your ABCD pattern right here. Coming down a little bit lower. Should be some really strong support here in NVIDIA at this. This is not drawn correctly. Let me draw it with a pencil. That's the way you're supposed to draw it anyway. There's your, shucks. There's your ABCD pattern right there. Okay, going to clone that, move it over, CD, put that right there. And there's what we're looking at. Somewhere between 128 and 125 is what it should get to as we look at this here today. But the big ones today, of course, Tesla and Avco, and they're making that NASDAQ go gaga to the upside. So those are the ones that we're paying very close. Oh, someone wants one more stock. Hold on. Get it up here in just a second. It's JP Morgan. We'll get this up here for a second here. Where's old JP at here? JP Morgan is right here. This is the best run bank in the world, folks, as far as I'm concerned. Hell, there's where we are. You can see it's made its high up in here. We actually have a head and shoulders here, folks. Let's take a quick look at this since we've got a couple time. Yeah, there's our head and shoulders. There's your left shoulder. Oh, look at that. Left shoulder and right shoulder. Just absolutely perfect. There's your left shoulder. there's your right shoulder right there. Absolutely perfect. Let's check and see if high to high is good. And you go over and take a look. Shut the front door. It's only off by a couple days. Hey, let's take a break. 877-927-6648.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, we're back, folks. This is from the cover of Barron's magazine. It says, "Embrace the bubble." The key word here is bubble. I think that's what we're in, but we're going to find out. Remember, folks, this Dow Jones, the stock market has been up 20% 4 of the last 5 years. Only the COVID was what pushed it down a little bit. So we've had a heck of a run here. So just sort of be careful. And as always, use stop to protect yourself against markets that can go like Tesla and Avco and NVIDIA and a whole bunch of other ones, because Apple, these markets are moving very, very dramatically. And this is how history is made. I still stand by the forecast that I've made that we are at a major top, not near at, we're there. It's a question of how many days the NASDAQ can stay up, 5, 10 more days, possibly, but now the Dow Jones is, at a major bottom. It's bound down 14 days, folks, from, when we sold it back on the 5th. December, 11 days. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that for sure. Remember, we're going to have Tiger dollars out there, folks. This is a no-brainer trade. If you support TFNN, buy the Tiger dollars, you get a big discount, and it's really it's helpful to everybody because it's got a lot of great knowledge, got good programs, good information, and support is always appreciated, and it's a no-brainer trade. It really is. Tiger dollars available until December the 23rd. It's a can't miss, in my opinion. It really is. So let's live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless. And folks, this is a holiday season, so if you've ever done anything to appreciate other people, now's the time to, step aside a little bit, say, maybe I got a little too much this month, and I'll help somebody that has a lot less than I. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and we'll see you on the flip side tomorrow, folks.